G'day mates, it's the Doctor here. About a month ago I made a video talking about the untapped potential of Blizzardburn, which is a water winged beast archetype exclusively used by Rio from the anime, and I figured, why not make this into a series where we take a bad deck, see what they have going for them, what they're all about, and how could they be improved. And today I am bringing to you Cyber Girls, not to be confused with Cyber Angels, which is a completely different deck, despite being used by the same character in the anime, Alexis Rhodes. They're actually their own thing, believe it or not. So, what are Cyber Girls exactly? Well, they are based on various dancing sports such as ballet, skating, ribbon dancing, and gymnastics. The only one that I don't have of this deck is Cyber Gymnast, but they're very difficult to explain because they don't really have anything going for them, but there is a theme here with all the various dancing sports that they're based on, and I thought it was exclusively ballet, but no, ballet is just one of the many dancing sports that these ladies represent. And so, if there were to be additional support for Cyber Girls, then I figured they could be based on maybe famous dancers from the sports that they are representing. And if there is a strategy going for them, because it's not like Earth Warriors are exclusive to Cyber Girls. As we know, a bunch of old warriors like Marauding Captain, Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, they have their own, well, they also share the same typing and attribute. But if there is a strategy for Cyber Girls, it would be the number of monsters on the field, as is the case with Cyberblader here. Cyberblader's effect varies depending on how many monsters your opponent controls, and while that could be a unique strategy, and I don't know how many decks do that, you're also giving your opponent ammunition, so you would need like floodgates to lock them out, to prevent them from summoning more monsters or stronger monsters, and meanwhile you are pumping up your monsters with more abilities and special attacks. Special attacks. Yeah, Cyberblader is of course the boss monster, but I think ideally, in 2015 when we saw Cyber Tutu get a retrain in the form of Cyber Tutubon, we thought that would be the case with all the other ladies here, but actually wasn't the case. It was just Cyber Tutu for some reason. And Cyber Tutubon, unironically, is also Earth attribute, which doesn't coincide with the Cyber Angels, because Cyber Angels are light fairies. They're completely different than Cyber Girls. So, if Konami wanted to, they could retrain all the Cyber Girls into Cyber Angels, as we're seeing with a lot of their normal monsters like Skull Guardian of all things, and Trinehorn Dragon are becoming part of their own decks, like even Thunder Dragons. But if they want to do something with the Cyber Girls, they could make them part of the deck to be more cohesive, retrain these Earth Warriors into Light Fairies. Because while Cyber Angels are pretty cool, there's not many main deck monsters that they have. So, there should be more support for them in the main deck as effect monsters, and while they have plenty of search power, I think they could use protection, like a targeting, or if you can banish this card from the graveyard, like a Machine Angel Ritual, or a hand trap even. They need more negations, because there's not a lot for Cyber Angels, and I think that would be more preferable if Konami was to do something with the Cyber Girls in the future. Heck, even with Legendary Duelist Light coming next year, they could do more Cyber Angel support, and it would be the Cyber Girl retrains if they wanted to. So while in Duelist Pack Sisters of a Rose, we got plenty of Cyber Angel support, including another ritual monster for the archetype, I think there's a lot of room to be improved for Cyber Angels, even though it's not Cyber Girls, which is what this video is about. But of course, as we've seen with Chaz Princeton, what they could do is they could merge them with Ojamas and ABC and Armed Dragons, which is weirdly, despite being a spoof of a deck with Ojamas, they have more synergy and a more cohesive strategy than the Cyber Girls and Cyber Angels, which is quite laughable if you ask me. And there's not a lot of other cards that support them in the anime. There's a spell card that special summons Cyber Prima, but Yeah, it's not like Cyber Prima benefits off being special summoned, because it has to be tribute summoned when if you want to use its effect, and it destroys face-up spell cards. So great, it's a field spell remover. That's not too impressive in this day of age. What is funny about Alexis's decks is that Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is often seen as the fusion era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of like how 5Ds is the Synchro era, Zexal is the Xyz era, and so on and so forth. But with Alexis's decks, they seem to have an identity crisis, because her first duel, and for a while her boss monster, was Cyberblader, but that's a fusion monster, and then she moved on to Cyber Angels, which are clearly ritual monsters, and there is so much ritual support. They even have a field spell, and yet Cyberblader is just this weird enigma. So kind of like with Bastion in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime, the same series with Alexis, I wonder if they changed things up, because as we know, with the mysterious Fire Dragon that will never see the light of day, I wonder if there were more cards planned as part of this dancing deck that Alexis had, because Cyber Angels are based on various gods from Hinduism, Buddhism. I'm sorry, I cannot speak cohesively today. With all these entities from Hinduism and Buddhism, there's a lot more room and a lot more contenders that could be adapted into Cyber Angel cards. But as for Cyber Girls, what do you think? Do you think they should be their own deck, or should they be merged with the Cyber Angels? Something that is impressive with the Cyber Girls is they are all contenders for Lost Art promotions, which I'm sure, as you know, is the series of cards that's basically uncensored Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's funny that all of them, including Cyber Gymnast, can be a contender for the promotion that Konami likes to do from time to time. So I believe there's also one for Cyber Benten. I don't know if Cyber Angel Natasha is censored, but yep, as you can see, here's a Lost Art Cyber Angel Edeton, which I've been slowly building my Lost Art collection. I think that's pretty amusing, because once I'm done with the Number Hunters collection with Infectious Buzz King and Maze of Memories next year, then, or Forbidden Memories, I believe, is a set coming out next year, my Number Hunter days are over and time to move on to the next collection. The only monster that gives this deck an identity is, hilariously, Cyberblader. Like I said, with all the different monsters that are on the field, and I don't know how many decks that do that. If you do know another deck that does this, then let me know in the comments. But as a fusion monster, does this mean we need a fusion of Cyber Prima and Cyber Tutu? Do we need sort of like an elemental hero style of all these fusion monsters depending on the various Cyber Girl dancers? Well, whatever you think Konami could do with Cyber Girls, please let me know in the comments, and maybe we can create our own ideas what the deck can do if they were to stand on their own. And remember, if Ishizu's Earth Fairies of all things can become tier 0, then anything is possible. So, that's going to be it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we're going to have a look at Cyber Angel Vrash as we sign off, because I haven't shown her yet. Until next time, whatever is in store for Cyber Angels, Cyber Girls, or if they're going to fuse together as one cohesive archetype, whatever happens, take care, mates.